Hello and welcome to our, I guess, kind of third and final round. I got in a couple matches in the middle here that didn't end up recorded for various reasons. One was against another black-white Eldrazi Taxes opponent that I summarily destroyed. Admittedly, they mulliganed 4 times in 2 games, but green cards are better than stupid white and black creatures. And then I lost the 75 card mirror to Todd Stevens, and the mirror is just absolutely horrendous. Um, we'll get to that later. We'll talk about this game real fast. I'm going to mulligan. This hand doesn't cast my spells. This hand does, though. Yeah, so the green-white mirror. Cool, we're both on 6. Do I want this land? I feel like I do. I kind of want to hedge here. So things that happen in the green-white mirror. One player gets their combo pieces off very early, and then the other player just dies because the other player is like activating Knight and getting tracker clues from the get-go. Or both players start doing stuff, and it gets really stupid because then you end up in spots where like all that matters is the first person to exile every Remnant Excavator in the opponent's deck wins. It's pretty horrendous. Our opponent is bottoming both. That's profitable for us. It looks like they're probably Shadow. I don't see a reason to lead off on a fetch here. Especially because if I draw a Courser, I can set up a scenario where I get to use the fetch as a scry with it. Yeah, choose. So we're probably going to be able to... If I don't draw a Courser next turn, I'm probably going to... there's actually not a lot of value to getting in that damage. I'm wondering if there's value in casting Scoos and KOing a card in our opponent's graveyard. I'll have to do some math on that. Okay, we got a Shadow to fight. So, scoozing a card from our opponent's graveyard only counts for anything if they have a land that isn't a fetch land. Otherwise, every other combination of cards... I guess they'd have to have a Street Wraith or a land that isn't a fetch land to make your Mega Angler matter. So I think I just want to play Courser of Grufix. I'm doing this because I think mana efficiency is important here. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think getting the voice on the battlefield super fast is super relevant, when instead I can just cast a 3-drop in my deck that is notably 3-drop heavy. Why? I'm going to accept a free damage here. I can't think of why this attack would... Okay. I'm just very confused. Okay, that's valid. I kind of want to draw that. I want to attack their graveyard now because they're getting into Gurmag range. I probably want to KO the push so they can't snap it. I think I want to get a green-white land with this. I guess at this point I don't want to attack. You were just there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this leaves our opponent with 4 cards in graveyard. This, I guess, if our ooze, sure, our ooze gets bolted, they're still in range of Gurmagging, but I think that that's still correct. Ooh, so they don't have a Gurmag. That's really good for me. Pretty sure Finks is the right play. Okay. Yeah, I don't see a reason to attack my opponent right now. I feel like I'm solidly ahead, and I think that I'm going to be pushing into a spot where I'm even more ahead as long as the shadow doesn't become a real card. Okie doke. I actually kind of don't want a company just yet. I think I'd rather voice. My opponent's shown that they have like crazy stuff like mana. Yeah, this I have no idea what's going on here. Opponent's got so many counter spells. Plus, I like confirming that I'm gonna hit. Like having basically casting company there is like saying it's look at 5 cards, which is distinctly worse. Yeah, I'm immediately double blocking this shadow. I don't think if my opponent bolts themselves, they can go to a 4/4 shadow, which is probably what they were trying to set up before. This accomplishes exactly the same thing as if they had just bolted the ooze, except for they now lost a Death Shadow in the process. Okay, cool. Don't really want to draw that, so let's crack away and see if we can hit something good on top. Okay, I like that. And I really think there's no time like the present to fire this. And, well, I don't really need a second courser when I can just have better cards. And now that we're just done. Now that my opponent's in, out of their Death Shadow and in, like, closing range, I would attack with this. Yeah, okay. I probably should have left the Ghost Quarter up. I didn't think about that. Anyways, Shadow. These are not good. This card's good. I know Todd had a board plan, but I want to try to back this out myself. I don't think I want that many Azuzas. I definitely want the Sigarda. I don't think I want the second super high drop here. Don't really care about this. I'm not actually huge on explosives here because it can only kill shadow of their threats. I don't want to be stuck in a spot where I have like EE against Angler. It's good against the Jundless. I don't want that. This card's pretty good, so maybe I just want to jam all these. Let's just cut Azusa altogether. I don't like that card a lot. Excavator's okay, and I'm not huge on surgicals. I think maybe just this, and then I can trim. Well, these are all good cards. Tracker's phenomenal. Why are all my cards so good? This is a problem. I'm on the draw, so maybe I want to cut a land. That's kind of sketchy. I'm adding 2 5-drops. There's no chance that's right. It does kind of suck on making company pretty worse. You know, we're adding 3 non-hits, and we're cutting. So maybe I just cut, guess, let's cut a Finks and see what happens. I don't think it's necessarily right, but Yeah, sure. Snap this off. It's not the best possible hand I could have, but it's hard to have like a best possible hand versus Thoughtseize. Oh, they're Delver Shadow? Question mark? That's a thing? I don't know. Maybe I should have... You know what? I was boarding as if they were True Shadow. Come on! That's just not remotely fair. I'm pretty sure I'm priced into losing a voice to that Spell Snare. Not going to get Spell Snared, so... Yeah, sure. Because they have all the mana leaks, I think it's possible my 5-drops were not the place to be. I think I probably just want Sigarda, and I can leave in the Finks. I definitely don't want Azusa. My opponent's leaving up mana leak, probably. I want to deploy a 3-drop this turn, so that I can deploy multiple 2s next turn. And I think I want to deploy the Excavator. I think that is the least important card in my hand. The Fink's life gain is actually pretty clutch. Darn, they saw right through it. Oh, sure, that's fine by me. Let's voice. Then I can turn this one, which is my choice of either one. 9 to another voice. Okay. So, because my opponent's been self-damaging, I'm actually like not in the worst shape. They had a shadow, they would have cast it there. So I'm going to cast this first, I think. Okay, I'm playing the Canopy because I actually plan on sacking it to try and get somewhere this turn. We're actually doing okay. Probably going to have to worry about Lightning Bolt or K-Command or something, but my opponent's draw has certainly not been 100% optimal. Well, that's just the perfects. I guess I attack first to prompt action. I don't think there's a reason to Ghost Quarter, and that can just get right on out of here so I stay out of bolt range. Ooh. I'm going to save the Ghost Quarter so that I can I don't think LDing my opponent off of anything is really a viable option here. They probably have like an island in their deck, maybe a mountain. Okay, well that's... Yeah, this is the profitable stage of the game. Things are going to go well. Okay, yeah, ooh, that's a really nice draw. So my opponent probably has Snapcaster Mage. So I guess I just attack with that to play around. I guess if I attack with both, they're going to get to use the Mage to kill. That's fine, I don't really care. Oh, that's... Wow. That was perfectly fine. I assumed I was just going to get snapped and it was going to kill 2 things, but Snapcaster's just always going to kill 2 things. And the fact that half of those, like 1/2 of those things is a Kitchen Finks is perfectly fine. Yeah, I guess I could have tried to fire on blue lands to cut my opponent off of... Oh, now's the Snapcaster. Okay, that's fine. I could have tried to cut them off of Cryptic, but it's likely they have an island, so it's not worth it. So I have this kind of crappy Finks that they're going to try to terminate. That was probably a mistake. They should have targeted push because their snap's going to die. At this point, I have no reason to cast the good value cursor into that. I'd rather keep that around because my opponent has one card. If they use the terminate on the back half of a Finks, I'm so happy with that exchange. I can also cast this through a mana leak. Ooh, hello there. Ooh, wow, this is... Okay, my opponent is not going to be happy in the near future. I probably just shouldn't care. I have lethal on board because of Township, so... I probably should just play around leak, I guess. They have a bunch of bricks in hand. They're just done. They're just done. Okay, well that's good enough. Yeah. Looks like Grixis stuff that I don't know. Just my opponent didn't have like. There's a lot of Death Shadowy stuff that they could be doing that felt better, like more anglers or whatever. And they just had. I guess Delver was okay when it flipped. I don't know. This is why you don't have cards like Mana Leak in the Delver decks or in the Grixis decks. This is also why Sleight of Hand is good, because it just finds you whatever you need.